Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk. Today is going to be a bit of a weird day. As you'll notice, I'm recording a bit later than normal. That is not entirely intentional. I did intend on not being streaming right now. I just didn't have time to actually explain that to my stream Discord, so they're a little confused. I effectively am moving the time I stream from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, it's just a 2-hour gap. What could be the big difference? Well, and this is a case of, if you're just here for Animal Crossing, I apologize. Well, to be fair, you can just watch it. But, yeah, I'll remember what I was going about in a second. Yeah, the time change. I've noticed, at least with my time, around 3 a.m. is when viewership starts to pick up. Like, until then... Yeah, I saw that on the loading screen. Until then, the viewership is just terrible. Like, I might get one viewer for about the first while, and it's usually one of my girlfriend's friends who's just kind of chilling there. So, like, it's about after that point when people actually seem to start showing up. And I don't quite get it myself, because in every time zone, in at least North America, everyone should be off work by that point, unless they work the night shift. Or, you know, a later shift. But no, apparently people just like showing up at that time, because that's like 10 p.m. for, like, the other coast. Because my time zone is so weird. Hey, money rock right away. I'm just lucky today. Gee. I mean, I had the loading screen tell me where the fossil is. The money rock was the first rock I hit. I think the game wants this to be a shorter episode, but it's probably not gonna be. Because I have a good 45 minutes, so... That's more than enough time to get this done and eat something before I stream. I don't normally, it wouldn't be, but I've been down here, I've been like snacking on peanut butter squares, so I'm not that terribly hungry. I just know I should probably eat something. That's about, you know, the size of it. Probably not gonna need that out anymore. Yep. Wisp will be in town tonight. If I remember when I wake up, I might try finding Wisp. I'm just gonna try to remember where the lamp is. I mean, we have one of his lamps in our house as well. So he currently has 2 lamps. I'm pretty sure he's okay with that, though, because that's just 2 homes. I probably have his summer home. Well, no, wait, that would be his summer home, because I think it just became summer not long ago. Oh, Mott was standing on some wilting flowers. Okay. Maybe that's why they were wilting, Mott! No. I missed. Oh, well. If those flowers die, they die. Is that a new butterfly? I don't think it is. I should play it safe. Yay! Felicity's happy. No, it's a peacock. Yeah, let's talk with Felicity. I should really go back and talk with Mott, too. Squee! Halifax has like a ton of different festivals. You know, where I'm from, we used to come up with all kinds of different reasons for parties. Around this time of year, we'd make up parties that happen, that helped us cool off. Like, a scary story showdown, you know, stuff like that. We sat in the dark with the AC off, and just scared ourselves totally cold. Fair enough. I should put that away before I accidentally, whack Mott with it. I don't think he'd be terribly happy with that. Hey, buddy. Bam! Dude, it's so nice out. I gotta get some rays, cheeseball. Yo, tell me, don't you think that the fish room in the museum is kind of comfy? It's quiet and dark. If I stare at the water sloshing in there for too long, I get way drowsy, cheeseball. Yeah, I think he actually said that before, so he has nothing new to say to us. Which, you know, it's fine. I'm actually not the biggest fan of Mott. I mean, he's a neat design. I like his design, but his personality, I don't like the more jock animals. I prefer, like, the lazy ones, like Benedict. or like Hugh, or, you know, the lazy, food-centric animals. I like them, because I'm lazy and food-centric. So of course I'm gonna like them. They're basically my own kind. I also, just sitting here, I'm thinking of how lucky you all are that I record in mono, like my own audio in mono. Because I'm kind of to the right of the microphone. So I would just be in your right ear right now if I didn't record in mono. Which would be interesting. And if I did this, I'd just be kind of dancing around your head. And it'd probably make you dizzy. Because that's just what happens when you move back and forth across a stereo microphone when you're actually recording in stereo. Now, we should check out Nooks. Flowers are really starting to, you know, retake up here. It's kind of nice. I think the animals are just stealing our flowers and moving them over around places. Because they're like, no, I want them here. Yeah, let us see. Why did I click on sell? What turnip prices? 59. Okay. And that's just to remind me if I need to put the money away into my wallet. Just stack all that up. There we go. There we go. 'Cause I want the tea table. I suppose I could have sold the mini stromboid. Yeah, I will sell those. I want to sell that and that. 1,048 bells, not bad. Yeah, that's everything. I'm not gonna bother checking the upstairs. Now, let us see. You know what we should do? Wait, we should water these first. We should then check the map and see if we have any new villagers. Because I know we're gonna have a new one move in at some point. Wait, I could get into the map. Wrong button. This button. No, not that button. Right, because I'm already in the menu. It's just gonna... There we go. I don't think there's anyone new. No, alright. No one new yet. Possibly because we have all these weeds around. Animals aren't that keen on moving in. Couldn't really blame them. I wouldn't really want to move into a town. Well, I actually would like to move into a town that's just kind of full of weeds like that. Because that would mean it's really naturey and there isn't much, you know, construction and stuff going on. Which is nice. Like, I know a lot of people really like bigger cities. But my personal opinion there is that's because they grew up in them. And they just like what's comfortable. There's a lot to like about smaller cities, and if people liked them more, there'd probably just be more smaller cities instead of these massive juggernauts of cities, and then like a few tiny rural areas where just all the poor people live. Well, I say all the poor people. There was some pretty rich people in Digby, but for the most part, it was just poor people. Because, yeah. It's just what happens. Now, let us see. Wait. I could swear I'm hearing something over here. I think it might just be my headphones going. I don't know. I'll have to watch that back in post and see. It was like a high-pitched kind of like squealing noise. Well, not really squealing, but like... The best way to put it is it was like the sound that like a tube TV makes once it starts to break. I know that sound from experience. We had a tube TV in our game room that my old man refused to get rid of. Oh, it's Felicity up there. And it was going, like... We'll talk to her first. Darling, do you like power pop music? I don't know what it is, but I'll say I love it. Wow, really? That's totally the only thing I listen to these days. Power pop has become like my addiction. Itchy. Let me deal with your flea now. Wait! Wait! You're telling me you found those fleas on my body? Eek! Wow, I mean, like, thanks, yeah? Yeah, I can only imagine just how terrifying fleas are in this universe. But yeah, we had that TV that was just kind of going, and my old man refused to get rid of it because it worked perfectly fine. It didn't make any noise. Well, no, he also worked in this fish plant I worked at for a while, next to basically what's called the Skinner machine, I believe it is. It's a giant loud machine that basically removes the skin from fish. And yeah, he basically worked right next to it for quite a long time. His hearing is undoubtedly not good. Definitely not as good as he thinks it is. Fern fossil. That weight goes into our fine collection. Ooh, happy day. A fantastic find indeed. You know, fern fossils represent the first life that moved from the ocean to land. These fellows reproduce through spores, not seeds. One might say they're like moss with leaves. Yeah, it's actually pretty neat. I never knew that. We do need to head into the city. I should have did that first, because it's Wednesday, so there will be new painting. Let's see. But yeah, I kind of learned where he worked at that place when I worked there. Because I would see him. And I actually worked, oh, sorry. I kind of shoulder bumped the microphone, so I can only imagine what that sounded like. I'll continue my story once we're in the city. So, I will see you all in the city. And we're back in the city. Yeah, what I was saying is when I worked at the fish plant, I was working underneath this, like, really loud, like, basically, it was just a giant fan in the wall, like an industrial fan. Hey, Pippi! The clerk at Gracie Grace is, like, so cute, and she's totally full of charisma, too. She's like a celebrity clerk or whatever, little hair. Fair enough. Yeah, like, I worked under that, and I multiple times requested it be turned off, because it didn't need to be on. Like, it was just there for cooling out the place. So, I'd quite often request it be turned off. I don't think we have this painting. So. Common painting. Pretty sure we don't have this one yet. I still need to make a list of all the paintings we don't have. But finding a list of just the paintings in this game is ridiculously difficult. Like, much more difficult than it should be. Which is kind of annoying. Finding any information on an old Animal Crossing is pretty difficult, to be honest. But yeah, like, quite often the other employees would complain because I asked for that fan to be turned off. And, like, well, it was one of the things that helped keep the place cool. But anytime they'd complain, I'd generally just make the comment of, well, I enjoy my hearing. I don't want to lose it. Hey, Gracie's here. Hey there, honey. What can Gracie do for you? Need advice. So, you're saying you want me, the furious fashionista, to put your fashion sense to the test? Alright, honey. But only 'cause I'm having a good hoof day. But don't you forget, I'm not so sweet when I see a walking fashion tragedy. My first question, honey, is one of look. That is to say, do your clothes have a unified presence? I don't see one look here, but you're no slouch either. Playing it safe, are we? Well, it works. I guess those shoes aren't bad either. Honey, some people neglect footwear fashion, but you're doing okay. Yes, I can tell you've been working in that fashion scene because you look fabulous. Fashionistas like you deserve a little something for looking so furiously raw, honey. Raw. So just for you, I'll cut you a 10% discount off of every item in my line just right now, so pounce. You've reached the top, you've reached the top, my dear boy, but a few more Gracie Grace items can only make you look better. I might as well talk to Lily here. I just poked my head in here to see what I could find, but everything is just so expensive. Ribbit. Yeah, and it's ugly. It's very ugly. Just ugly. It's all so ugly. Well, let's talk to LaBelle again. Please take your time looking around. I don't really want the 10% discount, honestly. I don't like those items. Had maybe she offered me that discount during a time when the items were good, I would have appreciated it a bit more. I don't think we're gonna see a show today. May as well just head back to town. I still love how Captain is the bus driver. He just seems like the animal that always just takes you places. It's nice. Back to town! And we're back. I think we're just gonna take this painting to the museum and hope that it's, you know, new and legit. There's a pretty good chance it's not new. Well, actually I say that, but we don't have many paintings. We have like 4 of them. So, there's a decent chance it's new. Legit, it's a coin flip. It might be good, might be bad. Kinda wish there's a way of influencing the coin flip. I can only imagine the speedrunners have the same opinion. Because for some reason people speedrun Animal Crossing. I don't get it. I don't quite understand. Yep, okay. It is a forgery. Makes me really wonder, like, does Blathers just realize, you know, small imperfections in these and none of them are actually the real one? It's just some are better forgeries than others? Or is it actually some of them are just the actual real ones? I don't know. Yeah, I personally don't understand speedrunning in general. I understand it's, you know, along the same lines as, like, doing, like, a Let's Play. If you're doing it for, like, if you're streaming speedrunning. You're doing it because it's something you enjoy doing and you want views. I'd honestly say a lot of people do speedrunning because they know it gets views. 80 bells. That was all the flea. That was all just the flea. But, like, there's so many rules and none of them exactly make sense. Like, for instance, like something I learned about a while ago that still kind of baffles me. A glitchless speedrun will still have glitches used. Like, they just don't use specific glitches. So, what's the point of calling it glitchless? Like, it's not glitchless. You're using glitches. You know, it's just kind of stuff like that that just kind of confuses me. I think we'll do a little bit of fishing. Let's see to get my fishing rod out. Do a bit of ocean fishing. Like, one thing, like, one type of speedrun that I'll never quite understand is, like, a Pokemon speedrun. Because most of the time, the speedruns, at least I've seen, are for, like, the older games. Where, quite honestly, yeah, it is really easy to just beat them quickly. Purely because those older games, you only need a single Pokemon to win. Like, in, say, Pokemon Blue, for example. I'll generally go through the entire game using nothing but Blastoise. And by the time I'm at, you know, Lieutenant Surge, I have nearly a Blastoise. His Pokemon do not stand a chance, even though I'm at a type disadvantage. Because, well, you don't, you know... I imagine it's possible you could do that in every game. But you know, as the game's progressed, things get a little more dangerous for a single Pokemon. And, like, what I mean by that is, A, new moves are added, moves have their powers adjusted, and the physical special split that happened in Gen 4. That was probably the biggest hamper on this solo Pokemon run. Because, you know, like, a Pokemon... It also kind of helped the solo Pokemon run at the same time. It made the physical fire starters a lot more viable. Because, well, they could actually have physical fire moves. But at the same time, if you're going for a solo Pokemon run, you're probably going to start with the water type. Because you need a surf user. But if that, you know... You'll still want a mix of moves so that you can get around defense walls. Only now, you can't just get around them easily with type. You need to, you know... hope your Pokemon learns a good type coverage move in their own attack type. Like, for instance, if you're using, let's say like Chestnut. You're doing an X and Y solo Pokemon run. You'd assumably want to find something that isn't a grass or fighting move to, you know, round out your move pool with. But if I remember right, he doesn't really learn all that many. Because he's a pure physical attacker. Now, albeit before the split, he would have only been able to really use fighting moves. Because he's just a defensive beater. That's kind of what Chestnut does. But, like, even if, like, you're doing, like, a custom starter run, like, one of the best Pokemon, in my opinion, to do a solo Pokemon run with is something like Nidoking or Nidoqueen. Preferably Nidoqueen, because she learns Surf. Also has decently good special attack. Is this a fossil? Where's my shovel? Oh, there it was. How did I... No, it's a Gyroid. Freakoid? Crocoid. Nope. Don't want. How much inventory space do we still have left? Oh yeah, we still have 4 spots. But like, and they can also learn, like, the elemental punches. Which, good type coverage. And I know I'm also kind of thinking of every Pokemon as if you're trying to EV train it as well. But that's because in later games, EV training became a lot easier, given you tend to get the muscle band really quickly. And you can just quickly EV train something off of, you know, the first Pokemon you run into. And there's really no excuse not to, if you're doing, like, a challenge run. You should really give yourself every advantage you can get. Though I say that, I also kind of want to try doing a Nuzlocke challenge at some point. But I say that, most times I play through, like, a Pokemon game, I never have something faint anyway. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch an ideal team. But that really shouldn't matter too much. I mean, honestly, the hardest time I'd probably have with a Nuzlocke challenge is naming everything. Because I don't name my Pokemon normally. Like, I just tend to not do it because I'm bad at it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick these up. Head off to Nooks, sell these things. I'm just gonna sell the mini Crocoid because I'm pretty sure we've already got one in with Brewster. If I ever do a Nuzlocke challenge, I'll probably do it on stream and like put up the either highlights or just like an edited version of it here on YouTube. But like, I don't quite understand the challenge of a Nuzlocke. Purely because the rules are so basic. Like, it's catch one Pokemon a route, if they faint, you have to release them, or put them in a death box and never use them again. I add that alternative because that's what the YouTuber Hayden does. And I mean, I actually kind of like that one because it lets you see, for, you know, at the end of your run, everything that might have died. Basically. So that's, you know, it's pretty neat. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, a lot of these times that people lose Pokemon, they do it because they're playing dumb. Like, someone like, you know, Hayden, I can't exactly get at him for playing dumb. Because whether he realizes it or not, he tends to... Same with, I think, everyone that's played Pokemon competitively. You tend to think of every situation as if that other Pokemon has the ideal moveset. Like, they have the perfect moveset. They will have coverage for this, this, and this type. They could have hidden power for this type. You know, I can't switch this in now because I don't want it to take, you know, this attack that they would normally have. That's just something that just about everyone that's played competitive has ingrained in their brain. Because switching when it's a potential detriment is a bad thing. It is very bad. You never want to do that. Let's see. What is the tea table like? Can I even put it down in here? I can. Oh, it's one of these. Okay. I didn't remember we already had one. Whoops. I could have sold it. You know what? Let's take that down. The card box down. Place the tea table here. And put the candle on it. There we go. That looks better. I'm gonna go put the cardboard box away before I accidentally sell it. Cause yeah, I don't want to sell that. It's special. It's our cardboard box. I mean, just need to find a spot to put it now. Let us see. We have so much stuff. I really need to go through and clean out our storage because we are getting really full on storage. You know, I might actually try starting a Nuzlocke challenge tonight. Ignore me. But with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.